Hey, what's up everybody? Larry Dingleberry back at it again with another Division video, this time on the 6-piece Sentry set. Now, on this video I will be going more in depth on the mods and other specifics since I found this build to be a little more straightforward than the Classified Striker or Reclaimer sets. You know, those took a little more time and more of a breakdown than this one here. Nonetheless, this set definitely shreds and I am extremely happy about it, because from the beginning I really enjoyed the Sentry set, especially for PvE, and that is what the developers had in mind from the looks of it. Now today I do only have two different loadouts for you. I try to bring you the three, but this one, like I said, is a little more straightforward. I'm sure you could swap a few things out and make it to your liking, but I feel like I got this one pretty well dialed in. If you guys have any suggestions or anything to make it stronger or better in any way, you know, just drop a comment down there, let me know what you're running, you know, and also like and subscribe so I can keep bringing you guys more Division stuff. My channel has only been up for, you know, not even a week now, and I already have a few subscribers and have gotten a decent amount of views, so you know, that's good to hear. And you know, so if you like these videos, just smash that like button. It really does help me out and let me know I'm doing okay. I'll be trying to get a capture card pretty soon here so I can bring you clearer content. But regardless, my next video will probably be a sneak peek into the 1.8 PTS to show you guys, you know, some of the cool things coming. If you have anything that you'd like to see specifically, you know, just let me know and I'll try to make it happen. So stay tuned and we can get into this one here. First, I'd say we should go over the skills and talents, because that's pretty important on a build like this. You're trying to get your crit damage and chance up as much as possible, you know, even more so than other builds, because we're aiming for the head, you know what I mean? On this I am using a Recon Pack Pulse since it has a little more crit chance but only a little less crit damage compared to the Tactical Scanner. But it also has a much shorter cooldown. This one basically is almost ready by the time the pulse finishes, and I can show you that a little bit later if you want. Again, this is more of a sniper style build for the most part, I would say, and we just want that crit chance and damage up as much as possible, but we also want it back as quick as possible, so you know, keep that in mind. You could always run the Scrambler Pulse in PvP, but it doesn't have the best crit chance or damage compared to the others, and it also has a longer cooldown as well, so just keep that in mind. And for my second skill, just got the Overdose going, mainly because it allows for a more effective heal, especially in PvP. If you pop this before getting into a firefight, it can really help. Most people use it during combat while taking damage, and it fails because it has that little bit of a buffer time. I know we've all been there. It happens to the best of us. You know, you think you pop it in time, and then you go down, and you know, it sucks. So I just say use it, you know, beforehand, so you get that little bit of a buff in the beginning, and use your medkit while during combat. That's just kind of my thing. Try it out, and if it works for you, you know, just let me know. So on to the talents. I am running critical save here. Use a medkit during low health to increase damage resistance by 20% for 10 seconds. Straightforward. Precision. Headshot a hostile to pulse them for 10 seconds. Again, get that pulse benefit for the crit chance and damage. This is, I believe, a no-brainer on a build that goes off of headshots. One is none. Headshot a hostile to have a 50% chance of not consuming the bullet. Perfect, especially when you're typically not running around with more than, you know, maybe like 250 bullets, and you can get rid of those pretty quickly. I know we've all ran into that. And I am using Demolition Expert for one reason. I have a Historian that I'm using. Kill a hostile with an explosion to increase explosion damage by 20% for 15 seconds. Now, this is pretty good for the Historian because it has the explosion damage on it, so if I kill someone with it, the next person taking a bullet is getting 20% more, so deal with it. You know, just you know, pretty straightforward. So on to the weapons. got that Historian, like I said, 53.5k base damage, decent RPM, decent mag, with deadly, proficient, and history repeats. Deadly just for that crit damage, and proficient, I know not the best, but it's what I got. The first bullet shot when out of combat has a 50% bonus chance to result in a critical hit, so it works. History repeats. Each bullet embeds itself in the target and detonates 1 second later for 700% of your firearm's total. I think that's one of the coolest talents on any gun on the game. I just think that's awesome. That's very unique in my opinion, and I love it. The magazine I got has some size, crit damage, and a little bit of rate of fire. Got a 12x scope on there with some headshot damage, accuracy, and optimal range, so you can reach out a little farther. The muzzle with headshot damage, crit chance, and reduced threat, which really doesn't matter because you're going to see me coming from a mile away, right? So onto the secondary, and it's really nice to be able to have a assault rifle as a secondary. Usually it's, you know, your assault rifle's your primary, submachine gun secondary. I mean, you could still use your submachine gun, but I'm an assault rifle guy. This is my thing. So we got the LVOAC here with 23.4k base damage, good RPM, good mag, with my brutal, deadly, destructive combo that, you know, I just like that. Magazine with some size, reload speed, and rate of fire. The optics with crit hit damage, stability, and more crit chance. The muzzle with headshot damage, accuracy, crit hit damage, and reduced threat this time. And the underbarrel with crit hit damage, stability, and reload speed. So, you know, a little bit of that stability and got a little bit of reload speed going through it. So it works pretty good. Now, if you don't have a Historian, by all means, you know, use a Police MK17. It's got a little bit of recoil, but this thing does damage. Again, SOCOM M1A, those are great, as well as an MDR, because it is semi-automatic. Now, if you don't have an MDR, don't overlook the FAL, or the FAL. It's basically the poor man's MDR. I used to use it before the MDR, and if you got the rolls right, it's really not too bad. So, you know, check it out. Don't just toss it next time when you get one. But regardless of your preference, you know, either of these loadouts should work pretty nice for you, whichever, you know, weapons you choose. So let's go over the set here. We all pretty much know what the 4-piece does, but we'll just run over it. You get 30% accuracy, 10% headshot damage, and headshots using semi-automatic weapons mark the enemy, increasing the damage inflicted on the target by 5% for a duration of 30 seconds each. The target can receive up to 3 marks. Blech. Okay, then you get a little bit more accuracy and headshot damage. Now this kind of caught me off guard a little bit. I went into Last Stand thinking that, you know, marks are going to spread, and they, you know, I'm getting frustrated. Oh, well, I didn't read it. You know, go figure. It's it says the NPC's there. NPC is a non-playable character, not other agents like in PvP. You know, Last Stand, Dark Zone, it's not going to work unless you're going to be going for you know, farming bosses or something like that. But other than that, you know, it's really not that big of a deal for me. But either way, the firearms we got at 94.39, stamina's 31.86, and electronics at 31.41. The harness I have, 1991 armor, rolled to firearms with health, enemy armor damage, and ammo capacity. I have 2 firearm mods with health on there. The mask I have is 918 armor, rolled to firearms with enemy armor damage and damage to elites, because again, PvE. This also has a firearms with health mod on it. The knee pads, 1602 armor with health, got some disorient resistance and increased kill XP. Well, again, PvE, you get a little bit more towards your caches that you're going to earn. And this has a stamina with health mod on it with a 6% first aid self heal. So you get a little bit extra when you try to heal yourself. Then you got the holster here, 860 armor. Pretty much just decent you know, high 13s across the board. Not too bad. With that 3.5% crit hit chance. And I have a 2% pulse crit hit chance mod on it as well. Then the gloves here, I really got lucky with these. These, I mean, this is awesome. 965 armor, rolled the firearms. It has 16% crit hit damage, and I was able to get one with marksman rifle damage, and it was submachine gun damage, but I re-rolled it to assault rifle, so again, having that assault rifle as my secondary now gets a little bit extra. And it's, I mean, I'm not mad about it. Got the backpack here with 1324 armor, rolled the firearms with skill power, and that ammo capacity on there. I have an electronics mod on it with health and 2 more plus 2% plus crit hit chance mods. So crit hits, you know, pretty high here. If we want, we can take a look at the sheet here. Damage, the crit hit chance is 56.5%, so that's pretty good. Crit hit damage 64%, not too bad. Headshot damage 211%. So I like that brutal talent. That and everything else, you know, that just, it all adds up. A little bit of accuracy. Got pretty good range, 62 meters. Not too good of a reload time, but, you know, whatever. Got that assault rifle damage bonus there, as I was talking about, as well as the marksman rifle damage. The damage to elites, 11%. You got 12% enemy armor damage. That's not good. Need to work on that, but regardless, it's not too bad. Skills, you know, don't have any haste or anything going with the mods, so that's kind of a bummer too. But, you know, in PvE, I think, you know, if you're working with a team, you don't really need a whole lot of that. Toughness at 302 total, 302,000 total. Max health 205. Armor mitigation is pretty good, 32.4%. You know, not bad at all. Decent health regen. No health, protection from elites or anything like that. But got some resistance here and resistance there, and, you know, so on and so forth. So, you know, there's that. Now, I would like to show you real quick a PvP build. Now, you're probably thinking, well, how is this going to work for PvP? Well, you just swap out a piece. I swapped out for a specialized bag, rolled the firearms, and, you know, it's got some health and bleed resistance on there, just because I had to re-roll it to firearms, you know. But, you know, that's it. You could always, you know, swap something else out for, per se, Barrett chest piece or vigorous or even reckless, something like that. That'd be cool. I was thinking about swapping the gloves out for some savage gloves and putting the backpack back to the Sentry set, but I got such a good roll on those gloves, I can't get rid of that. So, you know, really, that's about it with that. It's, you know, 9327 firearms, 3186 stamina, and electronics is just a hair lower before at 3137, but it's a little higher power, so it, you know, it kicks in a little bit stronger, I guess, a little quicker. So other than that, real quick, just get into this, and I'll just kind of show you what I was talking about with the historian if you don't have one. So yeah, second number comes up, 223 and then 71. That's that extra damage. So if that's enough to take out the next guy, the next person get that 20% buff. And close up, they don't have a lot of recoil. It's not too bad. I mean, obviously farther away you're gonna have a little more difficulty, but if you can headshot, you know, it does pretty nice damage. Now the assault rifle, again, like I got that buff on there. So, and again, that one is none procking there. It's I mean, I'm still shooting on the same mag. Pretty good, not too bad, and I didn't even hit that pulse yet. Bloop. So if you like this, guys, just you know, drop a like, subscribe, like I was saying, leave a comment. Anything is good to hear. So I will be seeing you next time, and until then, you guys take it easy. Later, guys.